Are you watching a child or partner shrink their world around food? Birthday parties skipped, menus feared, energy fading, while being told they're just picky. Even as nutrition and daily life start to unravel?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today we're breaking down avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, or ARFID, a pattern of severe food restriction driven by fear, sensory sensitivities, or low interest in eating, not by body image concerns. I'll guide the key questions so you can recognize the signs early and understand real-world treatment paths.
I'm Alara Sky. If you're new to this topic, ARFID is not a brief white foods only phase. You see extremely narrow safe lists, intense distress around meals, and fallout that touches growth, labs, school, work, and relationships. Many people rely on bland, ultra-processed choices high in vegetable oils and sugar, a toddler diet that leaves you undernourished and socially isolated.
You need a clear line between typical picky eating and ARFID. Picky eating usually peaks in early childhood and improves. Growth stays on track, and social meals remain possible. ARFID often begins in childhood but can appear later. Safe foods may shrink to a few items or brands, and the cost shows up as weight loss, poor growth, fatigue, dizziness, or gastrointestinal problems, plus dread before and during meals.
Prevalence estimates vary from 0.35% to 6.4% depending on region and age. ARFID now accounts for a notable share of new eating disorder cases, with average diagnosis around age 11 and more males represented than in other eating disorders. Adults can have ARFID too, and the stakes rise. Dating, work dinners, conferences, travel. Each becomes a minefield when you feel you can't eat safely.
Understanding the drivers helps you respond constructively. Some people carry a strong fear of new foods, sometimes after a choking or vomiting event. Others experience sensory overload. Taste, smell, or texture can feel intolerable. Over time, low interest in unfamiliar food can take hold. When fear and food become linked, anxiety spikes in any situation where you can't control the menu.
That anxiety is why children with ARFID may avoid parties, sleepovers, and school trips, and why adults may turn down promotions or travel tied to team meals. If you've seen a loved one embarrassed at restaurants, or you've watched energy and mood sag while the safe list shrinks, those are cues to seek targeted help rather than pushing more of the same foods and hoping it passes.
Treatment starts with restoring a sense of safety and control while gradually widening your menu. For kids, a parent-led structure can work. The family eats the same meal. A child may be asked to take a few bites of a chosen food at restaurants, and the home stops revolving around a separate limited menu. Consistency reduces bargaining and teaches that new foods can be managed without panic.
Cognitive behavioral therapy is another route. You learn to notice thought patterns that spike fear, practice coping skills, and step into graded exposures. The goal is not to force foods, but to reduce anxiety and build confidence so you can try them. Family-based treatment organizes the household around recovery, with parents empowered to lead meals while the therapist coaches the process.
Food therapy adds hands-on strategies to increase both the amount and types of foods you can handle while keeping eating experiences positive. Techniques may desensitize textures and temperatures and rehearse steps like smelling, touching, licking, and finally chewing and swallowing. Sequential oral sensory, or SOS, formalizes that latter, so you approach new foods in manageable stages.
For some, a focused protocol combining psychological therapy, hypnosis, and neuro-linguistic programming can catalyze rapid change. Reports describe high success rates for adults and meaningful gains for older children, often in a single session. Education is central. When you understand how fear, sensations, and behavior keep ARFID in place, you can reframe the problem and lower the alarm.
While you work on anxiety and exposure, nutrition matters. Many with ARFID default to vegetable oil-heavy, ultra-processed foods. You can pivot toward a list designed to stabilize energy and micronutrients without overwhelming variety. Foods to include butter and ghee, eggs, tallow, dairy fats such as raw cheese or raw milk, coconut oil, dark chocolate, bone broth, collagen, or gelatin, ground beef or bison, gelatinous cuts like beef shank, beef cheek, oxtail, pork hock or shank, leg of lamb, and chicken gizzards. Well-cooked vegetables, in-season ripe fruit, white rice, mesa harina, sourdough bread, occasional well-cooked beans, maple syrup, honey, organic orange juice that is sweet, homemade or quality lemonade, organic grape juice, well-cooked peeled potatoes and sweet potatoes, beets, turnips, and quality cassava flour.
At the same time, reduce items that keep you stuck in the toddler diet. The expanded foods to avoid list includes industrial seed and vegetable oils and blends, olive oil of all grades, chia seeds, common nuts and seeds and their butters, raw vegetables typically eaten uncooked, avocados, fatty fish, store-bought baked goods, chicken and pork from high PUFA diets, dairy alternatives, alcohol, lean muscle meats without collagen balance, flax products, soy products, hummus and chickpeas, veggie burgers and plant-based substitutes, and daily or excessive intake of beans and legumes.
If you're supporting a loved one, create predictability around meals, reduce pressure, and celebrate small wins. Touching a new food, smelling it, or taking a single bite counts. For children, lead with calm structure and clear expectations. For adults, acknowledge the social and professional costs and plan ahead for work events with a stepwise approach, not avoidance.
Here's a simple way to start if ARFID is part of your life. First, write your current safe list exactly as you eat it. Second, pick one item from the foods to include list that feels closest in taste or texture to what you already tolerate. Third, practice the SOS sequence with that single item across several days. See it, smell it, touch it, lick it, then chew and swallow while keeping anxiety management skills ready.
Your challenge today. Choose one structured step and do it. If you're a parent, serve one shared family meal and ask for 2 small bites of a planned food without bargaining. If you're an adult with ARFID, schedule 1 exposure session and 1 supportive therapy contact this week. Track how your fear changes from start to finish and keep the next tiny step ready. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.